Today, we're going to try to color in a cocoa wheel coloring page in a Van Gogh Starry Night style. The first step is finding a coloring page that has somewhat of a similar composition as Starry Night. I tried looking for something with a big open sky and preferably some mountains in the background and some buildings in the distance. Ultimately, I chose this page, which has the night sky and mountains as well as some greenery. The only missing elements were the buildings, but we're going to try to make it work. Starting off with the sky, I'm making shapes of the signature Starry Night swirls. I'm also trying to color match as best as I can for my base colors, but I'm not too worried about the base being perfect because I'm going to paint on top with a bunch of little strokes to get a similar texture as the Van Gogh painting. I'm also totally fine with covering up the black outlines because I'm just going to go over and re-outline everything later. I'm slowly building layer over layer with each new layer trying to add in a new color or pattern to get closer to the original Starry Night look. I'm now starting to decide on the placement of the stars, trying to align it with the reference by making circles. Now adding in the moon, which I'm able to accomplish because using gouache, it allows me to use lighter colors over darker colors. Just need to build on it a little bit to get it opaque, but it works. This star with the streaks coming out of it obviously is not in the original Starry Night painting, and at first I thought maybe it could replace the moon in my painting, so instead of having a moon it would be the star, but the moon is much further over to the right in the original painting and it fits nicely in my coloring page, so I decided to have the moon and a star. Here I'm adding in even more light colors around the stars and the moon to try to brighten them up even more. I'm moving on to the second half of the page now, which requires some more creativity on my part because we don't have the buildings at the base of the mountains like the original, but let's focus on what we do have. We have the mountains and some greenery, which the original has some indications of greenery here and there. There's also this gigantic plant in the painting. To be honest, when I look at this painting, I mean, we've all seen Starry Night plenty of times, and I don't know if it's just me, but when I see it, I'm more focused on the stars and on the night more so than this gigantic plant. I say gigantic plant, but I get that it's probably just a plant in the foreground, so it's not actually gigantic. But to be honest, before, when I would see this painting, I wouldn't really process what this dark shape is. And actually, I feel like I remember as a kid seeing this painting and almost viewing the dark shape as like an evil lair where a villain lives type of vibe. I actually just Googled it and apparently it's a cypress tree, so now you know. So I don't have an evil layer or a gigantic plant or a cypress tree on my page, but I do have two little fellas enjoying the Starry Night. So I'm gonna paint them in Starry Night colors, which is like blues and yellows. We also have butterflies and bees on my page, and the bees are perfect because bees are yellow, which fits the vibe of Starry Night perfectly. I think these streaks were meant to represent like a star with a rainbow, kind of Mabel from Gravity Falls, but I didn't want to step too much outside of the yellow and blue palette, so I decided to take the approach of this being like a shooting star and the trail following it is kind of just in the same palette as the star itself. Now, when you think of Starry Night, you probably don't think of red flowers, but alas, my page has flowers and I need to color them. And when trying to decide what color to make them, I looked at Starry Night again to see if I could pull from colors other than yellow and blue. And I did see some hints of red, and I'm just going ahead and pulling from that to color my flowers. As for the main ground area, this is where in the original painting there's some buildings, which I don't have, so I tried to find what I could use from the original painting as inspiration to fill in this area because I didn't want to just plainly cover everything in one flat color. So I already had the sky elements, the greenery, the mountains, but I didn't have this texture yet, kind of like a rolly, hilly type of look. Which now looking at it, it kind of almost looks like waves of an ocean, but after Googling again, I think it's just rolling hill landscape and not water, so that's good because my little fellas are standing on these rolls. And now the fun part of outlining everything in black. I really like doing this because I find it makes everything stand out even more. Let me know how you think it turned out, and I'll see you in the next one.